Alright. Welcome back to... I left my A-Ring Adventure Party to join former students to explore dungeon depths. Anime Review, episode number 10. We're reviewing the 12th episode of the series... Excuse me. Known as the Golden Priestess. Yeah, and also in this episode here, we are pretty much in a way halfway through this season. Yes, we're finally at the halfway point. Took a little bit of time. We're finally here. And here's a prediction for you that this season will finish up the same week as Black Butler and I've Been Killing Assignments for years and Maxed Out. Yes, I think these three will all finish up pretty much within the same exact week. I'd say a week after Fire Force wraps up its first core of the final season of his show. Yep. So what happens this episode? Well, basically Clover arrives back in the dungeon and do a little more exploring, and of course they encounter some bugs. Nana, she walks up to go eat. Of course, she has a freezing and gets eaten by the bugs. So they form a strategy to basically eliminate the four of them. And they do. The first two eliminate the problem, of course, Rain's part of the something to look at basically able to blind it and able to kill it. Well, thanks also Maria proceeding to slice. Yeah, I just know something like up here. Slice the pillar, and it shows she has this weird feeling it's almost like slicing a human. Then she has this weird feeling, and then they go nearby a building, which apparently is like a cafe. Okay, so the place is got sweets there. Apparently, I think Yuka mentioned basically he made these sweets. So, and then that's what mentioned. Oh yeah, in fact, because of her ability to be a samurai, that she could text out if it's human or not. And so his pill up is basically slice of a human, apparently. So then they decided to go to the castle. They arrive at the entrance oh, here's the old man. Yeah, they actually explained that apparently he'd show up in the feed. Apparently it was theorized later on the reason why he didn't show up because he's the sword into streaming stuff. And then look at the cameras what is it? Yeah, that's actually the first time they've actually looked at the camera while it's streaming. Yeah, or they just give it a weird look. And the camera is what? Is something wrong? Yeah, and then of course they go inside. But then later on, they couldn't go into the castle itself. They basically, it was training ground. Also basically on the, inside of the walls, but not into the castle. They couldn't get access to it for some reason. Excuse me. And just by and the person in this meeting is the guildmaster of the guild in this town. Plus the basically the vice count, who actually is the deputy director of the academy. And then later on, then at the debate from him, they mentioned about culling happening, and of course all this about, and of course the research basically just hurry up and basically results. Also, they explained the rings are called 1 gold. Interesting. Which, by the way, that's also named episode 14 of the show. Yep. And then the girl they found last episode wakes up, and oh yeah, she's the Golden Priestess. Title drop. Where apparently there's a thing called the culling. That's what the culling comes from. And this thing called Twilight. Basically, has a lot of stuff probably for this arc itself. So then he's up with the academy director, who turns out he's actually the son of the previous director. I'm that's interesting. Yes. Very interesting indeed. So I mentioned a mirror, which brings to be this tablet. Yes, a tablet in medieval times, because magic. So he mentions the whole thing, the calling is the merging of two worlds unwillingly. Which, the way it shows bubbles. Now I see this, I'm wait. Did the writer of the series rip off Secret Wars 2015 with this? Because this sounds very similar to that. Those of you who are familiar with it, prior to Secret Wars, there was a thing called incursions, where it's basically two worlds smashing into each other. And to prevent the smashing happening, one theory was to plant a bomb on the planets and blow it up. Yes, an alternate Earth. Yes, apparently this was an idea. Yeah, this was an idea they had. And it did work for a while, and then eventually they started regretting it. At one point, they were actually, like, willing to let, basically, the collision happen. And then, all of a sudden, the collision stopped because the Cabal, basically, that was a group formed by Thanos, so a bunch of people who were freed by Namor, to kill all the inhabitants of these various worlds, one of whom happened to be the JMS Squadron Supreme book. Yeah, they killed members of that organization. I think, like, one actually survived. Yes. I think it was, Maya Power Princess. Yes, baby. If I get my thing to work here. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Okay. So, yes. So, it mentioned that Yuka might be the hero. And basically, my job right now is not on public just yet. Basically, continue exploring for now and decide what we'll do next. Lots of setup, basically, for our future stuff here. And overall, really good episode. So that's pretty much it, particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. So next up, we have a comic corner, and it's on to From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. Okay, thanks, you. Bye.